Ventures again out of my RV. Now this chick's calling me. Okay. I'm not stupid. I'm a Gen Xer. I'm 60 years old. Anyway, got a story for you. You're going to love this, guys. This chick contacts me on X, and she's pretty. I mean, she's like almost 40 years old. She looks good. She sends me a picture. She says, hey, we're talking for a little bit. And she goes, would you like to get together? Can we meet each other? I said, yeah. I said, because I'm not going to. First, they all want you to go to a WhatsApp or a Signal chat. They always want you to go offline to a personal chat site and try to get you hooked to talk to them and thinking they're somebody they're not, which 99.9% they're not who they say they are. Anyway, this chick contacts me. So I said, no, I'm not going to go off to another app. And look, I'm not going to be talking back and forth on love letters back and forth. The only way that I would talk back and forth, like a love back and forth, is if I met you in person and we went out in person and we got along and communicated well and we liked each other and seeing that it was promising to go further, then and only then would I consider texting back and forth about a relationship. And this chick goes, hey, I completely understand. Let's meet and we can get to know each other. I said, great. We'll make it safe, so we'll meet at a Starbucks. And I said, look, if you're in a different state, if you're in a different city, I don't want to do that. I'll find somebody in my city. And so I said, I give her the address of the Starbucks. She goes, oh, I'm only 30 minutes away. 30 minutes away. I'm really close. I said, great. So I said, just let me know when you're close by, and then I'll meet you. I said, but don't come, unless you want to, and it's good for you to come. I don't want to intrude. And she goes, no, it's fine. And then about 10 minutes later, she texts me and she goes, I'm like halfway there, but I'm going to run out of gas. Can you send me some money? That's how they always start. I said, no. That's why I asked you, when is good for you? If it's not good for you, then don't come. I said, I tell you what, you get here and I'll give you some gas after, we have, our coffee. But you don't get here, I'm not going to give you money online. That's stupid of me. I'm not an idiot. So she goes, oh, no, I wouldn't do this. And they all say that. I would never do this to you. Yeah, right. What do you think? I'm an idiot? All these girls are the same on, they get you to get to know them and then they want you to send them something. And I won't do that. No. I find, unless I meet the person ahead of time and first and get to know each other, that's different. But not just off the fly, and they might be a man.